Hello everybody, Jordan here, and today we have another tutorial for you guys, and today we have the Boeing 737-800. Now, there's a few things I want to get on the table before we begin this tutorial, first being the fact that you're probably aware I've done two other 737 tutorials. However, the main difference is the scaling. If you've been watching my previous tutorials, such as the 747-400 and A350-900, you'll see that this is the same scale as that, so this is for commentality if you're building a 1-1 scale airport. So, the 737 is quite an asset you'd need, so here it is. Now, you've noticed here that our texture pack has a lot of custom things if you've been watching our previous videos or our tutorials. So the important thing is, as you see, you guys probably do not have things like white slabs and stairs such as this. Now, when I say purple stairs or slabs, I mean this. Now, it's perfectly fine if you use quartz as a substitute. You'll just simply have to probably use a different block for the doors and something, which is not hard to do. Now, one important thing, if you would like to download this texture pack, you'll have to be on Minecraft PC Edition or Mac, but if you're on a computer, you can download our texture pack by going to our Discord server, and the link to the Discord server is in the description. We have a channel dedicated to our texture pack, as well as another channel dedicated on how to use the texture pack with all of its special features. Now, if you do choose to use this aircraft, we're perfectly fine with that. Feel free to make special liveries, stretch it, shrink it, whatever. However, if you do use the aircraft, please give credit to the Aero team for their hard work. If you'd like to join the Aero Team server and scream at us, join us, and do all this fun shenanigans, we also have the IP to that in the description. But without further ado, there's not much else I need to tell you about other than the fact that once we get to the wing, I'll probably just say, this is what it looks like, copy it over, because the wing is super easy to do. And this aircraft is so small, we can crack it out literally in 10 to 20 minutes. So without further ado, let's begin with the tutorial. Alright, so to begin, you're going to place a black concrete block with buttons on the side of it. Next, you're going to go back 15 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so on, and you're going to stop right here. Go back an extra block, and as you see, just go out 1 and place a black concrete block, place a stone button on the inner sides of it, and a slab on the outer sides of it. Depending on the livery, will depend on what color this is. So we're doing an all-white livery, so I'm placing a purple slab. Alright, let's move on to the next layer. Alright, with this layer of the aircraft, we're building the main underside of the fuselage. So, first things first, you're going to place a cobblestone wall on top of the nose gear. You're going to place quartz stairs in this formation, like so. And you're going to place two slabs right here. Now, this is a birch trapdoor. Now, you probably don't have this texture in your texture pack, but I highly recommend you put some trapdoor of some texture under it because it makes the nose look a little thicker than what we normally would have. Now, if you can't do it, it's perfectly fine, but I use this as convenience as it makes the aircraft look a little better. Nonetheless, once you get behind the nose gear, you need to go back 24 blocks with slabs, so 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth, and you will end up right here. Now once you've done that, we're going to go back to the front of the aircraft, and as you see right here, we're going to go back 3 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, place an upside down stair, go back 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, place another upside down stair, and this time you're going to go out and then go back by 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you see this little gap I have right here? That's for the wheel well bay of the 737, which is exposed in the real aircraft, so we're going to leave this open. But once you've done that, just go skip this area and go back 3. Nonetheless, that's pretty much it for this layer, and we can move on to the next step. Alright, so now we're building the main... Okay, I'm sorry, I was just checking to see if I was recording. So now we're going to start with the main underside of the aircraft. So we're building on what we did in the last layer. So remember how I said you want a trapdoor right here? This is what I mean. You're going to want to place a block on top of that. Once you do that, you want to come out, and then you're going to go back 29 blocks. So starting right here, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth, and you're going to stop right here. Once you've done that, you're going to place an upside down stair, a quartz slab, or cobblestone. It's like sometimes you can use cobblestone for your doors. So if you're doing a, if you're building this using quartz, since you don't have this texture, I recommend you use cobblestone as your door textures. For the rest of the video, I'm going to refer this as a quartz block, but if you're using this, if you're building this with slabs all around, cobblestone is a good alternative texture for the doors. But nonetheless, we can continue. So then we just have some slabs in this formation. You're going to place a stair here, and then 3 blocks like so, like this. So yeah, this is what the back looks like. Now here is the landing gear wheel well. So what we're going to add right here is 2 iron blocks on the side and an iron trapdoor in the middle. You can use cobblestone for this if you choose to, but basically all that matters is that you have like a dark metallic like color right here. Nevertheless though, you see right here how we have this gap? I want you to place 2 quartz blocks right here in front of the gap. This is for the overwing exits. And remember how I said put this quartz block right here? This is for the rear exit. And if you go to the front of the airplane and you go back 4 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4 from here, you're going to place a quartz block right here, and that's for the forward exit. Nonetheless, that's all we've got for this layer, so we can move on. Alright, right here we're now building the passenger cabin level of the aircraft, so let's get started. Now, what you're going to do first is you're going to place a slab right here, you're going to place another one right here, and then a stair like so. Now for the 737 cockpit, you're going to place a slab here, and you're actually going to place this right back here, and a stone slab here. And a cobblestone stair back here. Now the 737 cockpit, as we know, is kind of a grayish color such as this, so that's why we're using these blocks as opposed to using different colors for the 747 and A350 when we built those. But once you've done that, you're going to place a wool block right here, place a smooth quartz, just a normal quartz block or cobblestone depending on your texture for the door right here, and we're going to go back in this direction with stairs backwards, so backward stairs, 9 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Once you've done that, you're going to place a block right here, since the 737 windows has like a gap right here. And then you're going to place a stair facing the opposite direction of this, so this way. You're going to place 2 quartz stairs or cobblestone, depending on what texture you're doing this. And then you're going to go back 15 blocks with this, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now as you notice, the last 4 blocks are actual blocks, they're not stairs. So what you need to do is the last 2 blocks are full blocks. This block right here is quartz or cobblestone depending on what you're using, and this block is actually, it's an actual block. Now at the back of the airplane, just place 2 blocks right here, 2 slabs, and then a trapdoor back here. Now the auxiliary power unit, once we add the next layer, is going to go on top of this, so that's why we're adding this detail right here. Nonetheless, that's pretty much it for this layer. Oh, before I forget, you're probably wondering why I have black concrete here. That's simply because the entire interior of the fuselage is just too small to put in the interior. The real 737 fuselage is only like 3.25 to 3.4 meters long, wide. That's really small in Minecraft, so there's not enough room for a cabin, so that's why we're just having it black like so. So, you could put an interior if you wanted, but it's too small to actually use it, so. Nonetheless, we can get started with the next layer. Alright, so we're now going to be adding a lot of the top roof components, but we're not doing the entire roof yet, so let's get started. What you're going to do is you're going to place over this stair a slab, another slab right here. You're going to place 2 full blocks right here. Next, you're going to go out here, and you're going to go back 29 blocks. So, starting here, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth, and you're going to end right here. Don't forget to put a slab at the back of it right here. And then you're going to go inwards and then back 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place a cobblestone block right here and place a button at the back of it. This is the auxiliary power unit at the back of the aircraft. And don't forget to add the base for the horizontal stabilizers, which is this. Now, as you notice, I added a quartz block on top of the rear and forward exit, so be sure to do that. But make sure you don't place it right here because the overwing exits are smaller than the forward and the aft door. So make sure these are 3 blocks tall, but not the overwing exits. And yeah, we can move on to the next layer. We're flying through this tutorial, okay. Next up right here, as you can see, we're simply just going to be adding the roof and some details. So what you're going to do right here is you're going to skip 2 blocks, go up a slab, and go back 25 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, all the way back here. Now once you've done that, we're going to be adding some details on the top of the fuselage. So you're going to go inwards by 1 and place a quartz stair that's backwards right here. You're going to skip 2 blocks, and then right here, we're going to go into a little bit of a pause and talk about SATCOM antennas. Now, SATCOM antennas are basically just, usually for internet connections and other services such as that. Now, some airlines such as Southwest, United, American, Delta, they all have SATCOM antennas on their aircraft. However, operators such as Alaska, Ryanair, TUI, they don't have that. So depending on what airline you're doing depends on this. So I'm going to show you how to build it, and I'm going to show you what to do if you don't have it. So let's say we're doing something like a Southwest Airlines 737. What you'll do is simply just place 2 blocks right here, get some snow, and then stack up like this. So that's if you're doing an airline like Southwest. If you're doing an airline like Ryanair, where you don't have SATCOM antennas, you'll just leave it like this. Now some airlines, let's go back to what I was talking about here before I forget. Let's put the let's put the SATCOM back on. Alright. Now we're going to go 4 blocks in front of that, so 1, 2, 3, 4, place a backwards facing stair like this, and then we're going to add a forward SATCOM antenna because sometimes airlines such as Delta and maybe even WestJet, I think they used to do this, but they don't do it often. Sometimes they have a SATCOM in the front of the aircraft, or sometimes they have dual SATCOMs like Delta, where the front and back both have a SATCOM. So sometimes Delta does this, sometimes they don't. It depends on what aircraft you're doing, but it's the same process. Just add 2 blocks under it and simply just do this. So yeah, that's how you add the forward SATCOM. Now I'm going to show you how to make the vertical stabilizer. If you go right behind this slab and go back 8 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's really simple. Up 2, out, up 3, place a slab right here, up 2, and then add a slab on top. Now in front of it, slab with the block behind, under it, excuse me, go out a slab, down a block, go out a slab, down a block, go out and down a block, out and down a block, out and down a block, but place a slab in front of it like this, and then 2 blocks like so. And that's how you do the vertical stabilizer, and pretty much that's how you do the entire fuselage. Now what you've probably noticed is that we have buttons that basically simulate windows on it, so you guys might not be able to do this since our texture pack has a lot of features you guys probably don't have. So actually, let me turn on command so I can do this real quick. Let's get my stick real quick. So let me get this, tell 1. Excuse me, I took a screenshot there, wow. So, I mean, we can do stuff like this. Now, if you're not using PC Edition, you probably can't do that, but it's perfectly fine if you can't put a button over this. It's no worries, so yeah. But nonetheless, we can get started with the wings. Alright, now the wings of the aircraft are stupidly easy, so what I'm really going to do is just stop and say, okay guys, this is what it looks like, build it. It's really easy for you to do, so that's what we're doing for the first layer. As you can see, I go back 2 blocks here, I place a cobblestone slab, I put a trapdoor on top of it, and then I just do this shape right here. This is a birch slab, by the way. These are quartz, and this is a stone brick slab. Please place a cobblestone wall on top of the landing gear, and yeah. Now you guys will have this with your aircraft, but it's pretty simple. So yeah, this is the first layer, and we can move on. Alright, this is the second layer. So as you can see, I simply added 2 cobblestone slabs, stone slab, stone slab. This is the part of the landing gear, so place a stone brick stair upside down like this, stone slab on top of it, stone brick slab right here, and then 2 normal stone slabs behind it. So yeah, this is the shape. This is what it looks like on top. And we can pretty much move on to the next layer. Alright, so now we're going to be building the pylon and the CFM56 engine. So what you're going to do right here, as you can see, we have, let's give this too. This is the cobblestone blocks that we just added. So basically add 3 blocks like this, or 3 slabs on top of each other, and then just do this. Just keep the pattern going. Like that. Now at the front of it, you're going to place a slab and then a iron trapdoor, or carpet if you don't have this texture. Carpet works perfectly fine. But we're going to keep going with the trapdoor. Now for building the engine, let me get some wool for this actually. Oh, there we go. Place 2 wall blocks there, stair like this, and then put some stairs like this in this little weird shape. Don't forget to place slabs on the bottom, and at the very back, for kind of the end of the engine, place a cobblestone slab there. Now I highly recommend you place some trapdoors under it because it makes the end of the engine look a little better in comparison to not having it, but I recommend it, so yeah. Next, what you're going to want to do is right here, you're going to place 1, 2, 3, place 2 blocks on top of it, and then 2 blocks like this behind it. And that's literally it. As I told you, this is going to be really easy for you guys to do, so yeah, we can move on to the next layer. Alright, so now we're building the next part of the wing. So as you can see right here, we're going up a slab. So basically from where we were right here, place a cobblestone slab, 2 slabs, slab, slab, and then go up like this and that. So I'm really going to turn up my FOV so you can really see what I'm doing here on the other side. And really, you could just look at it. It's really simple. This is what it looks like from right here. Now, just, right here, that, and this is what it looks like on top, so. Yeah, now here's an important thing right here. You're going to want to place trapdoors like this because this is the flap track fairing. And even though you probably don't have a texture for this, you're going to want to do it anyways because you're going to need that. Now what you're going to do here is the same principle, only a slab there. Yeah, I mean, it's really easy. You can look at it and build it. Here's what it looks like from an angle. Let me actually zoom in there. This is what it looks like from an angle here. This is what it looks like on top. This is what it looks like from behind. It's a really easy, simple layer to build. So you guys are really good at looking at something and building it. I don't know how you do it, but honestly, I could just stop that and you guys could get it. So yeah, let's move on to the next part of the wing. Alright everybody, we're building the final part of the wing. As you can see, it's stupidly easy. You remember this slab we put up here? Just place one, and then a brick right there. That's all you gotta do. And then on the underside, you see, it's just this. This is all you're doing. Really easy. So here's how to do the winglet on the aircraft. Now don't forget, just pause the video if you need to stop and see how to do this right here. It's really simple. It's like, I don't even really need to explain it. But in order to do the winglet, what you're going to do here is you're going to place a stair facing this way and then this way like this, right here. You're going to place it right here. Then you're going to do you're going to place a slab, and then you're going to place another one on top like this, and then one down here like this, and then one right here. Now this is a split scimitar winglet. Airlines like Southwest Airlines, United, Alaska, they all have split scimitars on their 737-800s. Now Delta does not, Ryanair does not, but airlines like TUI do. So it depends on what airline you're doing. So let's say you're doing something like an American Airlines 737-800. They don't have split scimitars on their aircraft, so what you would do is just simply have it like this, which is perfectly fine. It's no issue or no biggie with this. Now some airlines don't have winglets at all, so what you would do for that is take all of that off and just do this. So pretty simple, I know. Now another thing before we end the video, because we're almost done really, is on the other side of the aircraft, make sure you use a prismarine brick slab on this side when you flip it over, because this needs to be a green light and this needs to be a red light. Now before we conclude this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do the horizontal stabilizers. I don't even need to show you, it's stupidly easy. I could just like stop right here and just say copy, it's that easy. So here's what it looks like on top of the aircraft. Here's what it looks like on the bottom of the aircraft. This is a side profile, a front profile, and a back profile. It's really easy to do. Nevertheless, that's pretty much it for today's tutorial. Really easy, I know, right? Now, I probably will do a tutorial on the 737 MAX if you guys want to see that. I can also do a tutorial on the 900, the 700, 600, the entire 737 family if you would like. If you'd like to join our server and see us and do all our stuff like this, don't forget to check out the IP in the description. If you like this tutorial and want to see more, see more how to build, such as the 747-400, which is over here. I did a tutorial on this about a week ago, right here, as well as the Airbus A350 right here. Don't forget to check out my channel, subscribe, because I'm doing a lot more tutorials, even though I'm not the biggest fan of tutorials, but I found a way to kind of do them a little more efficiently, and a lot more tutorials will be coming out. So if you want to have a 747-400 at your airport, as well as the Airbus A350, check out my channel, subscribe, and whatnot. Anyways, thanks for watching. I know this was a little bit of a shorter tutorial, but I'm pretty happy that it turned out pretty quick like that. I'm Jordan, and I'll see you in the next episode.